Hi everyone, this is Connie and welcome to my channel. If you are new, please think about hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell and give me a big thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. It lets YouTube know that my channel is out here, so they will put it out there more. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Now let's get right into this project and I'll talk about the challenge in a moment. Okay, so this is a retro Halloween challenge, and so I'm going all retro. So I have got the nautical signs that was hooked together. I'm going to be using those, 4 shims, and I've got a piece of cardboard that I drew a witch's hat, and I am painting it. This is pretty thick cardboard and it didn't curl or anything, so I'm just painting this hat all black. Then I'll put a orange band, and then in a couple of minutes I will put a yellow buckle. Now, these shims are skinny on one end and fat on the other, so I'm using hot glue and wood glue from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to be hooking these together, so skinny end with fat, on both. We're going to be making a platform, so that is what I'm getting this all together. I get 2 pieces together, the other 2 pieces, and then I'm using the glue, the wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to press that together. Now, wood glue is best used on raw wood. You can use it for other things, but it won't give you the bond. And now I am painting this black from Folk Art chalk paint. Then I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to pull these signs apart because they were hooked together with ribbons. And what we're going to be making is like a road sign. So I'm getting all of the staples out. Now I'm taking gloss Mod Podge. You can use any Mod Podge. And I'm going over all of the glitter. I'm not using this backside, so I didn't want to, I didn't want to have it falling off. Now I also have a little cup. And you didn't see me, I'm not sure. I put Mod Podge on it too, because I'm going to be painting it, and the paint sticks to it much better. Now, I've painted 1 black, I'm painting 1 white, and this is Folk Art's Adirondack. And now I'm painting the 3rd one, Waverly's Pumpkin Chalk Paint. And most of these I did do 2 coats. I don't think I had 2 of the black, but I know I did with the white and the orange. And then, once that is done and I use my Darcy heat gun, I'm going to write on these. Now, I've got 3 sayings, and when I get to the orange one, I messed up. You'll see that, but you'll see me fix it too. So, I am writing backwards because I wanted to make sure that it was going to fit. Now, I could have got my Cricut out and did the vinyl, but I just decided to hand paint everything today. So this one says Spooky Street, and I'm putting little hashtags all around it, and then I'm going to draw or paint a spider web in the right by the point. And it's just a simple, I'm using white, and I'm just doing a little spider web, and then we're going to move on to the next one once this is done. So, yeah, and I'm using that ruler there to make sure that I get them all spaced where everything will fit on each one. And I'm just cleaning up the letters, make sure there's no part that didn't get any paint, that it's cut off good, straight lines and stuff. Okay, now I'm going to do the orange. Now, watch this. You're going to see my mistake. Someone asked me last night on my live, if I would show my mistake. So here is my mistake. And there it is. And now I notice now you're going to see why it's a mistake. Because I put the first word, I started to put it in the last. And so I went forward and did it. And now I'm going to use the orange and I'm going to paint over that set aside to dry, and I'm going to work on the white one, and I'll come back to the other one. So this is, I'm just going to write these two words, and I made sure that I was spacing it well enough. And now I'm just finishing up, and this sign is going to be Witchy Way, and then the other one's Spooky Street, and then the other one is Haunted. Can't remember. We'll have to find out in just a moment. I'm making sure that there was no black showing through. There was still a little bit. And now I am decorating around the edges of this sign as well. As you can see, I put a bat and a hat, which is hat on the other side, and this is called Haunted House. And then we're going to decorate it as well around, doing little squigglies around the sign. So I'm just getting that done, and then we're going to move on to the next section of this. Now I am painting that little cup with, it is folk art paint. I think it's sheepskin. And I'm getting that all painted, and I'm going to set it aside so that I can work on the next thing. Now this is one of the large skewers from the Dollar Tree, and I just used my miter shears and I cut it to length. And now I'm using Waverly's Antique Wax, and it doesn't get it really dark, but it just keeps it from being quite so light. And so after I get that finished, then we're going to move on to the next section. And I'm painting it on and using a paper towel and wiping it off. Okay, I'm using my X-Acto knife, and I'm cutting a hole in the bottom of this cup. And I'm using hot glue, and I'm putting hot glue all around it. And it takes forever to dry, so I have to sit there and keep straightening it back up, but we finally got it finished. Now, taking the stand and I'm going to glue the cup right onto the stand. And now I'm grabbed some raffia, and we're going to make a broom, a witch's broom. So I cut a bunch, the kind of sort of the length I wanted, and then I start putting it around the dowel, and I ended up using jute to wrap it around. And then I realized I didn't quite have enough, so I added some more into another loop of jute. And you can't even tell when I'm done because I'm going to be putting black sparkly ribbon around that edge, so it ends up looking festive. Well, once that's done, I'm going to take that witch's hat that I cut out and painted. I'm going to glue it right to the front of that black band on this broom, and then we're going to hook all those signs onto it. And I'm doing it hot glue and then felt, and I'm just getting that all secured, and then this project's finished. And I hope you guys really like this. I thoroughly, totally enjoyed making this, as well as the other two projects. And this is a retro Halloween. I hope you guys like this one. I sure do. Now, to the retro Halloween. The host is Monica from Up All Night DIY, and her co-host is Annie from Indiana Jones. And this is a small group, but hey, we're doing it. Now, don't forget to go down to the description box. Down there will be their channel links as well as the playlist link. You'll definitely want to go watch everybody's videos because these are some amazing crafters. Now on to the second. Now I took this, it's about 11.5-inch wood round. I get it from Amazon, and I took a spool of ribbon and drew a circle around, and now I am using the Waverly Pumpkin chalk paint, and I'm completely painting this, leaving a little bit around the edge, and I don't paint that circle. But other than that, it's all of this orange, and you'll see why I'm leaving some of the edge, and I go ahead and go over quite a bit of it because I really didn't want any of the regular plain wood peeking through. So I do kind of go back and make sure that that is all covered. Now this is like a retro, something you would see back in the 70s, 60s, maybe not on wood, but you would see it on signs. So that's kind of what I am replicating. So here I am just going around that edge because I realized I left too much, and so that's the reason. Now I'm taking the Adirondack Folk Art chalk paint, and I'm painting in the moon. So once I get this done, then we are going to move on to the border, which I am going to paint with the Folk Art chalk paint in black. So here I just used a small 1/2-inch flat paintbrush, and I'm not taping it, I am just eyeballing this. It's not completely perfect, but that's not the point. Nothing's perfect in the world. I mean, nothing in nature. I mean, it's perfectly perfect, but it's not perfect. Like, it's not even, it's not, it could be lopsided, and that doesn't matter. That is okay. All right, now I'm taking liner brush using that same black, and I am going to paint on a spider. And it's a big old spider that's hanging down in front of the moon. And then I'm going to paint in some tree branches, and we're going to call this one Good. I thought about writing something on it. I may go back and write it, but I don't know if I will. And I hope you guys are liking this process. I really enjoyed making this. And then once this is done, then I'm going to grab that white Adirondack and a brush, and I'm using the back of the brush, and I'm putting polka dots all the way around this. And then this project, or this one, is finished. I hope you guys like this. I think it's just darling, and I just love the end result. Now we're going to move to the third, and I've got this wood, it's particle wood board. It's like a 9x11, and I'm using a bigger spool of, it's an empty spool of that used to have ribbon on it. And now I'm taking that white Adirondack and I am painting everything but the circle, this white. And yeah, I decided I was going to do some other stuff, but I decided that I ended up liking what I ended up doing, other than, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to paint a cat. It's a big old fat cat. Let's just put it that way. Because, yeah, right now I am painting the sun, and it is going to be yellow, and it's Waverly's yellow chalk paint. Can't remember the exact name. Now, I realize I probably should have made the background different, not so white, maybe a little blue in it. But hey, it's done, and I enjoy it. So I'm just getting this painted. Now I had to put 2 coats on it because this yellow is quite iridescent, and so we definitely wanted it to be fuller. So here I am painting this cat, and like I said, he's fat. He is a fat cat, and that's okay, I guess. And yeah, I started to paint it. Didn't like the way it was looking. Changed it a little bit. I realized after I was done, he had one leg sticking out further than the other. And I figured, you know what? Maybe he's just tired because he's heavy and he's got one leg hanging. And he's kind of going to have a tilted head. And I guess he's just looking up at the moon. And I'm not worried about it because I ended up loving this. And this is very, very retro to me. It throws me back when I was a kid and a teenager. And yeah, here I am. I made the ears wrong. I realized afterwards, and I probably will go back and fix it. I made them look more like a different animal. So I'm gonna go back and fix those ears. But right now I'm noticing that the top of the head is really small compared to the rest. So now I'm adding the bigger wrong ears. The one on the left is right, and the one on the right is wrong. So here I am doing a tail, getting that all situated, and I had to fix a little bit of that. I had to go going back and forth and making sure that it looked legit, and it didn't look off. So I'm just fixing this, more of this. I just wanted it to look better. And like I said, the left ear looks okay, the right ear doesn't, and I just had to stop. But now that I have a moment to look at it, I can realize what is wrong. But hey, you can still tell it's a cat for sure. And now I'm making that. I decided the tail was just a little too thin, so I added to it. Now I'm writing Happy Halloween across the top, and then I'm going to put a little decoration for edging, and then this project is finished. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like I said, don't forget to go and check out all the videos on this playlist. We have some amazing creators. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and click all. You'll be notified every time I upload a video, as well as a thumbs up, and leave a comment. I love reading. I love responding to them. And so here I am doing a squiggle, and that is going to be our border. So like I said, enjoy, and I hope you enjoy all the other videos as well. And here I am just finishing this squiggly. Also, don't forget, or I was just going to tell you, I don't have Buy Me a Coffee, but YouTube now has a way that you can leave me a little bit of money to go towards my supplies. It's down below the video. All right, here is the finished result of this cat, and looking at the sun, and then all of the others. You guys all have a most blessed week, and call somebody and tell them you love them. It might be exactly what they need to hear, especially with all the mental illness. They need to hear that they are cared for and loved and needed. So I just wanted to say that. Don't forget to be the Bible that somebody reads today. Bye.